Hello everyone, my name is Kichu. Today I will be presenting on Penang Hill, tackling forest fragmentation through biodiversity and sustainable forest management. Penang Hill is not only a heritage site for Penang, but also a critical forest ecosystem that facing growing pressure from fragmentation.
To understand this better, let's take a closer look at where Penang Hill is located. Penang Hill, also known as Bukit Bendera, lies on Penang Islands in northern Malaysia. It rises about 833 meters above sea levels and overlooks Georgetown and the Strait of Malacca. The hills is covered by ancient rainforests estimated at over 130 million years old, making it one of the oldest in the country. Penang Hill, recognized by UNESCO as a biosphere reserve, it connects natural, cultural, and educational value within a single landscape. Understanding its location and ecological roles help us appreciate why conserving it is so critical. However, even this protected forest is not free from challenges. In recent years, part of Penang Hills has begun to face forest fragmentation caused by construction of roads, trails, and development near its slopes. To understand how this is changing the Penang Hill forest,
Let's explore and understand Penang Hill together. Let's go!
forest fragmentations happens when a big forest is cut into smaller parts. This can happen because of roads, building, or farming activities. When a forest is divided, animal and plant lose their natural connections. Wildlife cannot move freely to find food or mates. Plants also find it harder to spread their seeds and grow in new areas. The smaller forest patches are often hotter, drier, and more exposed to wind and sunlight. These changes make it difficult for many species to survive. Over time, fewer animals and plants can live there, and the forests become weaker. On Penang Hills, this process is slowly happening in some areas where trails and roads cut through the forest. That is why forest fragmentation is one of the biggest threats to Penang Hills ecosystem today. These changes remind us how important the hill forest really is, not only for wildlife, but also for people living below. Penang Hills plays an important role in keeping Penang Island healthy. Its forests help collect rainwater and slowly release it to the streams and the river below. This process protects the city from flash flood and water shortages. The deep roots of the tree hold the soil and reduce the risk of landslides. The forest also absorb carbon and help control local temperature. Clean air from the tree benefits people living in the Georgetown and the nearby areas. Besides nature, Penang Hill also supports ecotourism and education. Visitors come to enjoy the view, and the students come to learn about plants and animals. Many rare species live here, such as orchids, birds, and small mammals. However, new roads and buildings, crowding from tourism, can disturb this balance. If not managed carefully, this activity may harm the forests that protect Penang Islands. Protecting Penang Hills means protecting both peoples and wildlife. Human activity is now the main cause of forest damage on Penang Hills. Construction for tourism and new building clear trees and break the forest limb. Widened trails and new access roads divide animal habitats. Light and noise from visitors disturb wildlife at night. Each small issue may look minor, but together, they cause serious harm. When the forests become weakened, its ability to protect Penang Island also decreases. These threats are not only environmental, they affect people who rely on clean air, water, and safe land. To see how the forest support us, let's look at the ecosystem service that Penang Hill provides.
Forests like Penang Hill provide crucial ecosystem service. They regulate water on Penang Island, purify the air, prevent landslide and store carbon. Culturally, they offer recreations and tourist income while serving as an educational hub for students and researchers. When fragmentation threatens this service, human society also suffer. This natural connection reminds us how deeply our lives are linked to the forest.
Protecting Penang Hill Forest requires a clear and balanced plan. Sustainable Forest Management, or SFM, is one way to achieve this balance. It means using the forest resources wisely while keeping it healthy for the future. On Penang Hill, SFM can include strict zoning, better visitor control, and continued restoration of damaged areas. Replanting native trees helps connect separated forest patches and allow wildlife to move freely again. Technologies such as drones and mapping tools can help monitor forest cover and detect illegal clearing. These actions show that with planning and cooperation, both people and nature can benefit. In fact, some of these ideas are already being practiced on Penang Hill today.
Some initiatives are already happening. Habitat Foundations run reforestation project and biodiversity survey. Penang Hill Corporation promote green tourism and has supported Penang Hill Biosphere Reserve status. These efforts show that integration of biodiversity into management is not just theory, but real practice. During my visit, I noticed how carefully visitor paths are designed to reduce impact. This is a very great example of green tourism in practice.
Efforts like these give hope for the future of Penang Hills. The cooperation between Penang Hill corporations, the Habitat Foundations, and local communities show that progress is possible. Moving forward, it is important to keep this teamwork strong. Education and awareness programs can help more visitors understand why forest protection matters. Consistent monitoring and enforcement are also needed to prevent illegal clearing and habitat loss. Eco-friendly tourism should continue so the hills remain both beautiful and sustainable. Every small effort today will help protect Penang Hill's future. And this leads us to one final reminder. Why protecting our forest is ultimately protecting ourselves.
In conclusion, forest fragmentation threatens the future of Penang Hill. But by integrating ecosystem and biodiversity into sustainable forest management, we can secure both nature and human well-being. Protecting forests is ultimately protecting ourselves. Thank you for watching.